Hello, everyone. Well, eventually you have to say sayonara to the inner judge because each one of us have the inner judge. So the judgment day, which they're all waiting for, right? It's not going to happen. It happens within you. So eventually you have to stop the negative talk to yourself. Because, the funny thing, whatever, one time I had this experience with something. And then it was an interesting dream where I was laying on top of me. I was holding me, another me. And besides me, there was another me. And it was so funny because I felt kind of like very weird, kind of self judgmental at the time. And then who was above me, a really more incredible me, kind of that other me, and said, "What have you done?" So that was this guilt stuff. This, what did you do? And then the other one besides me said, "Well, we've been dealing here with some pretty big freaking crap, very ugly stuff." And then I felt this shame. I felt this judgment on myself. I was really, really like this guilty feeling. This. I was losing it. And basically, we are all doing this to ourselves. Nobody is really judging us except ourselves. And based on that, we're gonna see the mirror, out there. But that's not important because eventually you really don't give a shit about other people's thoughts and whatever they wanna and how they perceive you or how they see you, because it doesn't matter. It's the same thing as being labeled as dark, being labeled as light or whatever. None of it is true, and all of it is true because we are, each one of us, holding all kinds of things within us. The potential for being perceived bad or dark when people don't understand why we are choosing that particular approach or action or whatever. And maybe the only thing you do is just defend yourself. But they take it as an attack. I mean, what this has got to do with you? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So then you also have to know that you mostly judging yourself based on the voices of others, based on the voices of another, I don't know, your parents, your teachers, or lovers, or whoever told you stuff which they were projecting onto you, most of it, because not you and not them they had any idea about self knowledge, or really you were not in that phase where you were going into this particular um, self knowledge thing. You did not know how to, you did not know yourself, you did not know who you were, you did not know all those things, you did not dive into your soul to bring all that crap up, to purify it and clear it, and all this. So just say sayonara, inner judge, thank you, I don't care, shut up, because I am not all good or not all bad or anything like that. And it's just stay and say and state the neutral. Everything is neutral in its meaning. And at the same time, you also have to learn how to really interpret the data that you're receiving as a multidimensional being. And, see everything for what is and not what you wanted it to be. Because usually this is when you are really going delusional. And nobody has to do anything. You're doing it to yourself. Because at some point, all that tendency and whatever that you had within you, you did bring here in order to resolve it and dissolve it. Okay. So, and please, plus, do not suppress further the feelings of anger, the feelings of unresolved anger, because you have so much in you that you have to be able to feel it in order to release it. Okay? So, this is why we are here. We are not here to suppress it and medicate it and fucking antidepressants, and all this. Do you think that you can take a fucking pill and solve the unresolved anger of your stuff that needs to be cleared and really bring it up to the surface in order to clear it? You're only gonna just delay your spiritual cleansing. That's why we're here, for fuck's sake. We're not here to suppress it and repress it and more, because we all done it with stupid Buddhism and all the other crap, all the religious shit that the program in your head, in your tuk, 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 like all that fucked up behavior shit. And oh, and you should be nice and you should be kind. And you know what? No, you should not be always nice. And you should not be always kind when they are stupid. And because some people, I mean, let's face it, we were all this pink freaking shit, we were delusional that everybody is good. No, not everybody is good and not everybody is bad, and it's not about, really go out in fear, or go out and like everybody's good and everybody's good. Some people just fucking cannot handle that you are fucking beautiful. I mean, some people just cannot, those people that did not solve their inner insecurities within themselves, and they are very, 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 very insecure. I've been there. I know how it feels. Terrible. I can validate that, but my job is not to validate your fucking thing. It's your job to validate your shit. And you have to dig yourself out of that crap. We're explaining it, but we are not here to fucking solve it for you. Like the funny thing, when I was in that phase where I've been activated greatly and I really had to meet the primal fear in order to bring it together, because I've lived the highest. I don't know, it was like bliss for weeks. And then I had to really integrate, freaking come into the middle. It's the two end of the same stick, you know? So, and then after that, I was when I met and I had to face my primal fear, the reptilian fear. It's really like the flight or fight. It's terrible. It's woo. Um, and then I was wishing for somebody who would, make me travel into the past and to maybe dissolve it. But at that time, I was in lack consciousness. Why? Because once you were on a path of healing other people, it just cannot be that you don't heal yourself. So you basically, when you meet your primal fear, you could make yourself sick. This is how it is. It's so fucking deep that it splits you in a sense in that second. But you have to bring yourself out of it and heal yourself. So basically, when you do that, you are in lack consciousness. And you think that you need someone from outside in order to heal. But this is stupid, because you've been in bliss state. You already know that all the healing is within you. You are capable of healing yourself. You only have to come out of doubt and fear into oneness and unity with yourself. You have to bring yourself up, level up your frequency. You have to bring it up. You have to raise it to come oneness, into consciousness, in unity consciousness within yourself, within the one, me. That's it. And so I've created this that I don't know, like 10 hours later, somebody is coming into like, okay, whatever, you need this, you need that, whatever. So I talked to this guy, Of course, I had a lot to do with with, with this masculine energy, and to overcome all that crap, you know, which one you have to overcome as a divine feminine, coming into your goddessness, your God self. And then while I was talking to him, I heard all kinds of really heavy stuff, which I could hear, but I did not just not hear what he said, but the meaning and the energy behind it. And I did not like it. And I said, right now, in this very moment, I don't need another one of those traumatic crap experience, because with my lack consciousness, I only uh, attracted a person which was on that level of consciousness, which is not where I am, because I've been in the bliss state. And so basically, I've decided I'm not going to do this. I'm going to heal myself in that sense. I'm going to bring myself back into, out of doubt and fear, raise myself up to higher consciousness and bring my vibratory thing field, into that. So basically, I said no to him. And guess what? The guy wanted to make me responsible for not taking his service, but I felt that I should not go to him. And I was wondering, when did I meet this guy? Whatever. And I was seeing that he was on my list for something. I said, when? And, little narcissistic thing, controlling thing, his message, the first message that he ever sent me a year before that, why don't you answer? What? I answer if I want to, and I don't answer if I don't want to. I don't know you anything. Be happy if I do, but you are not here to tell me what to do. That's for sure. And I don't owe you a fucking thing. I'm a gift to existence. And you better treat me as a gift and not like, oh, you have to. No, I have to do fucking shit. So people have this weird idea about you have to do certain things. No, you don't. Okay? I don't owe you anything. Not a thing. Unless it is my joy to share or not to share my time, my energy, or whatever. So when I heard from him that he needs feminine energy, and at the same time I heard all those things how he hates women in that sense, and that was really like a warning, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. Plus, I had a dream, you know, about him arriving into my doorstep. And so you see, you have to always take into consideration all of it that you have. You perceive and you have a dream which already shows you premonitions. I have a lot of those. Whenever I need it, I get the warning. I get that thing, whatever comes. And it was black, it was twisted in its ears, and it was like with this dogmatic, heavy shit, that heavy masculine. And I said, divine feminine is awakening. And he said, no, 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 it's the man that will lead. No, 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 it won't anymore. It had his, where we were led by man was this war zone fucking dark shit. And we are not going into that. But also our feminine approach had to change, because we were too soft, too soft, too soft. And we did not know how to protect ourselves. We did not know how to defend ourselves. And we were like this submissive shit. They assigned this role to us that we have to submit ourselves under the ruling of a man. No, we don't. And now they are freaking out because less and less women are willing to fucking play that role. We don't play that role. And they kinda, and that's why it was like, it was his shaking his voice in the phone. Yes, I need that feminine energy. So they're not connected to their energy, and they have to soften up in order to access that part of them. So it's very, very amazing. And you have to really be aware and very vigilante. Okay, vigilante, please, because all that. It's not about that they want to get you, but they need the fucking life energy, and you're not here to fucking give it to them. You're here to preserve your life energy. You are the rightful owner of your energy, and don't let other people fucking steal it from you, because actually they don't steal it. You give it to them by being submissive. And some of us are here to fucking solve this shit once and for all. Like some of us women are here to come into our full power, because before we kept giving our power away because we were always, like this golden women that we thought at the time on that level of consciousness that we are here to serve man. No, we are not. We are not here to serve any fucking body except ourselves, but and serve our joy, serve our beauty, and really um, revel and in that, in that beauty, in our own light. And whoever is appreciative of it, will receive that. But by telling us and wanting to hold on to it, we're slipping out of their hands. That's what's going to happen. The moment we feel that somebody wants to hold on to us very tight, we're out in a second. Out. I'm Pisces. The moment I feel they want to clench me, whoops, I'm out of there. Okay. Of course, because Pisces are very mutable. It's a mutable sign. We have this great love for mankind, and at the same time, we also have to solve this serving role, because we had been doing this for lifetimes. And now it is our time to really serve our joy, but without being a slave to servitude, attitude. So we're not doing that anymore. We're done with that shit. And so we have to come into unity within ourselves. And we're not here to do things for the purpose of them, or whatever their needs and shit, but to our own, and love ourselves completely, and really just revel in our own beingness. So you have to watch out, you have to be careful, and you have to be very vigilant, because you see the past, you see the future, the possibility of the future, if you are not being true to yourself. And we had a lot of those tendencies, especially empath, that we had a hard time holding on to ourselves in the vicinity of other people. So this is our learning. It's really, this is what we have to learn, and we have to be aware in every freaking second of the day, especially when you have a busy life, and you have this you are living all kinds of different lives, and you're not like me, who has nothing to do except me being me, and be in my own little private space, and I only go out when I want to, and I only do whatever I want to. And so, but if you have this really like jobs and kids and stuff like that, and you have to be even more aware, because you know you came here to really do the final stuff, meaning your complete metamorphosis, and not just the resurrection part, but if you're here for higher magic. Because if you're here for higher magic, it's a whole new different game. Okay? Because if you want to finish this up, complete your cycle, and to become omnipotent in this lifetime and hold the frequency of omnipotence, then it's a completely different game. Okay? So although the final goal, I mean, it's every soul's goal, knowingly or unknowingly, to come back into unity within themselves, and really walk as a god on earth, but it might not be at this lifetime, that they can do that. meaning holding the omnipotence frequency within their consciousness and solidify it and really make it permanent. So the inner judge has to be shut up because guilt and shame is the one, I mean, the two things that really holding you back. And at periods and different levels and different phases, it can really feel like you get stuck somehow. So you have to keep, dissolving this and loosen this inner judge and just say, take a back seat, sweetheart, because I understand, but this is not the time. We don't live that time anymore, and now we are coming to self-liberate. Okay. So, and then of course the other thing is resentment and really regret something, all those things. So you have to really talk to yourself a lot and really just make it conscious, all those things, little kind of ingredients and all that stuff within you. So you have to be aware of yourself more and more, all of your parts, all of, who's playing what role. And that war that's going on inside you has to be dissolved and resolved. And, and anger has to be resolved and not to really, allow it to control you, but you rather not controlling it, but really solving it, and shed the lights of understanding onto it and make it conscious. So you make it conscious out of the unconscious. So, and if you want to watch my previous video, although I don't know how the sound or why it was not loud enough, it's about the conscious and the unconscious is actually making up the whole within us. So even though a lot of times we don't understand why we do things and why we are attracted to certain things, but on a soul level, we actually do exactly what we have to do and what we need to do because in a way somehow it serves us, although maybe you don't see it consciously how at the end it will all bring you and brings you to that level of understanding, or out of that something comes out, a deeper understanding and a higher understanding, or whatever you want to say it. So well, anyway, so this was all about saying sayonara to the negative voice, say sayonara to that inner judge. But of course you have to be aware of that inner judge, like I was in the dream, that she was holding me down and judging me, and the other was saying, oh yeah, we were dealing with some pretty fucked up shit here, because the energies and the dynamics, that whatever that I was into. So there is an understanding part, there's the inner judge, there is all these things within you. There are so many, your fragmented parts. That's why soul fragmentation happens in all kinds of traumatic experiences. And that's, it's like you're splitting yourself up. That's what they call really kind of schizophrenic. But I have news for you, we are all schizophrenic in that sense, if that's what they say. But it's not schizophrenic, but it's a spiritual awakening, and we are being aware of all those parts within us and really see it and consciously see it. We're not going crazy. It's just, it's like if, first that's what you think, but as you progress on your own personal spiritual evolution, you will learn to see in a more understanding light, and you are becoming more enlightened because you will gain insight. You will start seeing on the inside more and more. And this is why you're here. You're not here to please other people or whatever. And some people would not understand what you're going through. I would, but not many. Okay. So all those people who are already speaking about these things and they have a certain level of understanding and pretty high one and went through the dark night of the soul and all that stuff that you go through before that, um, well, they will understand. But average person, no, they won't. They think you're crazy. Okay. So just like artists were never understood, you know, or whomever, or seers, or sages, or I mean, they were never understood by the general public because the general public is ignorant when it comes to spirituality, true spirituality. I'm not talking about religion. Religion is ignorant. Sorry to say that a lot of it has very, very distorted viewpoints. However, world is perfect. Why? Because they are exactly where they need to be. They are experiencing whatever they need to experience in order to evolve. And this is why the world is perfect. So we are not here to change the world. We are changing our inner world and we are becoming more and more awakened within and we share our experiences. Why? Because it's very important for those who are on the same path. And basically, when they arrive to this exact point, they will understand what I'm saying. Before that, they will like, okay, woo, 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 okay? So they won't, but that's okay. We are here to be on our own path. And nobody has to accept my truth or whatever that experience I have or whatever path I am taking. Nobody has to approve it. I approve it. I don't need the validation of any external forces. I don't. All those who needs to hear this will hear it. And all those who don't, they will not even find this video. That's how simple that is. This is the wonder and the beauty of this World Wide Web. Nobody will be ever taken to my video who is not ready for receiving this. And even if they will, they just say, this is stupid. And that was it. Great. They don't need to. So, that is why there is no mass teaching. Mass teaching never worked. Many tried it, no one succeeded because it's just impossible. Each and every one of us on a very different level of consciousness. And so you cannot expect to understand, to people to understand what you say. I mean, all people. Some will, yes. The ones that need to hear it will hear it. And the ones that needs to see it will see it. And that's it. And so don't be harsh on yourself and don't be harsh on them. It's just, whatever, and just really, funny thing, because you will learn to use this word, whatever, it becomes your mantra. All is one, you know, and equally valid. And this is why it is so amazing because it's so paradoxical, but, it's like you are right. I am right. I am right on my level of consciousness, and you are right on your level of consciousness. And everybody is right. That is why it's so hard to see it because it's so paradoxical. So, anyway, thank you for listening. I wanted to make it a shorter one, but I can somehow never manage that. Okay. So, talk to you later, guys, when I have something to say. Thank you. Bye.